Now, WION's principal correspondent, Sadan Sybil, spoke to Egypt's ambassador to India, Wael Mohammed Awad Hamed, on India and Egypt ushering a new era of ties. Listen in.
Well, in a recent development, Egypt has announced that it will procure wheat from India. This is coming at a time when we know that wheat is something that has become an important commodity amidst the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. With me is the Egyptian envoy to Delhi to talk about the decision by the Egyptian government on procuring wheat from India. So welcome to WION. My first question to you is an obvious question. The decision has been taken. What's the rationale behind this decision of importing wheat from India?
Well, to start with, thank you very much for having me on WION. It's a great opportunity to communicate with the Indian audiences. And concerning wheat, as you rightly said, the crisis between Ukraine and Russia has led to drastic increases in the prices of wheat internationally. Egypt has traditionally been one of the largest importers of wheat on the international level until maybe last year we were actually the largest importer. Maybe this year we are the second or the third largest importer in the world. India, at the same time, is one of the largest producers. It has not been a big company when it comes to exports of wheat so far, but it seems that India is willing to go into the export market of wheat, and Egypt being one of the largest importers, definitely Egypt is very much interested in building relations with India in this respect.
When will the imports from India to Egypt begin, and any quantity which Egypt wants to import from India being talked about?
Egypt, our production is normally of wheat in Egypt is normally about 9,000 tons, but our consumption is close to 21, 22 million tons every year. This means that we import something like 12 or 13 million tons every year. It's very difficult to imagine that India would be willing to export that much, that any one country can fulfill the gap between the 9 million that Egypt produces and that the approximately 22 that Egypt consumes. And so far, there has not been any commercial discussions as far as I know. All that happened so far is that the Egyptian experts were here, and they actually find that the Indian wheat is good enough to be imported into Egypt. In what quantities, when, by whom, and so on and so forth, this is all going to be subject to commercial discussions that would come at a later stage.
WION, now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.